lengths to the large longer lengths. So what we do for that, and I've had to change drills as well because the other drill has run out of juice and I can't find the battery charger for it, so yeah, well, not to worry, at least I've got another drill. So place these down and that's one, two. Now we'll get the other ones done, and that'll be the outer frame sorted, and then we need to measure in the middle, or measure from one end 4 inches, and then put the next one at that level. So I'll get cracking with these, and then when we come to do the other piece, what we're doing. When we come to do the other piece, I can show you what I'm doing then. Oops. Right, so now we're marking. You can come up and see what I'm doing. I'm marking 4 inches from the inside of this, which for some strange unknown reason just seems to be on the opposite side of the. Do that there, and then I'll do the same thing over on this side. There we go. And now all we have to do is place the other 2 short ones at 4 inches away. And make sure this side is 4 inches as well. Yeah, that's 1, 2, both at 4 inches. And now, in fact, what I might do is turn them round so I can get the drill in.
Ah, and they'll be on the inside then, won't they?
Because unfortunately I've got a drill narrow enough now to be able to drill these parts. No, I'm not drilling, I'm screwing in, but that's 4 inches, and that's 4 inches. So as I say, all I need to do now is find my drill, put it down somewhere. What have we done with it? It's on the floor. Laddie's minding it for me. Thank you, Laddie. And get a screw. And do the usual pocket screw routine.
Ta-da!
And can you pass me the other pack of screws?
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Typical can't open it. There we go. I'll slit that. And I'll slit that. And then we can get it and get it done.
Ta-da!
So that's that done. And now the other side. surprisingly enough I need 2 for this side as well, and just make sure that it's still at 4 inches. Still at 4 inches. Never known that to happen.
Ooh.
One. Oops. And 2. There we are.
Nice.
On the floor, and that's how it's going
Oh,
to
let me zoom out.
be. Let me give you a little bit of an example here. Line up, sweetheart. Just will be a little bit of board along the bottom, so she can store her paints and whatnot in there. And I just need to do this side, and then we can go over with a bit of paint, and then all that needs to be done then, sorry, not a bit of paint, we can go over with the sanding blocks, and then all that needs doing then is we can, once we've sanded it, we can go over with a bit of paint through, and then tomorrow we can seal the boards into place, and then we've got a finished easel. And what will happen is this will sit over the easel and sit sort of with the easel coming out this way, if you get the drift.
So it's like an A-frame.
So the easel will be the A-frame, and this will be the line that goes across the A, and it will stop the easel opening up and going boink. So as I say, all I need to do now is just put this at 4 inches, and I'll tell you what, I've put these snug.
Well done, you.
So yeah, I just need to make sure that these are at 4 inches now, screw the last one in, and then as I say, it's a case of going around with the sanding block and giving it a good sand, rounding off corners, getting rid of all the rough bits, and you can join us when we start painting later. See you in a bit. Right, so as you can see, the shelf support thing, or the shelving efforty bob, and the easel support is done. I've sanded it down, given it, gone around the edges, making sure that there's no sharp edges that could irritate her. And I'm now going to start painting. So I'm just going to do a primer of this grey. It's a multi-surface interior walls wood and metal grey that I got from somewhere. So I'm just going to blap that on.
I think I was being
And I think it's gone off. I've had it so long, I think it's gone off. Oh no, sorry. And I'm just going to go all over it. Making sure that obviously I follow the grain. And do a very thin coat, like you're painting minis. So do a very thin coat of it all over, and then come back with a grey, what do you call it? It's not a gloss, it's eggshell. So join me when I've join me later when I've finished all the painting, and we can get on with doing a little bit more with this. Right, the easel is now painted. It's time to fit the boards. So let's make sure we get the right area. I've done this already, so I know which way is right, which is better this now, so we know that fits in there. So I'm going to take it off again, place it over here. I just need to remember that the top part of that now is
The bottom.
going to be the bottom part of this. Next we're using, in this case, hard as nails, whatever sort of like liquid nails kind of thing you can get, and that's what we're using. And we're putting a bead all along here. You don't want too much, because if you put too much it's going to squirt out all over the front of the board, which is something you don't want to happen. Oops. Yeah. I'll wipe that off in a second. And there. I'll just remove the pressure on that. I can put it down on the floor of this piece of board. And now it's simply a case of place in there and making sure that everywhere it's touching it's pinned down to, not pinned down to, it's actually
Making contact.
in contact with, that's what I'm looking for. And unfortunately there's a bit of a bow in this board and it's not sitting just right, so we need something a little heavier to lay on top of it. So what I'll do is I'll use no, don't use that. I'll use this. And I'll go from the line to the bottom, it's just a gnat's whisker above 15 inches. Let's try there. Nope, completely wrong. That's the line. And if we do this one as well, oops, that's the line, or should be. So I will put a line straight across, go for both, and put a line across there. I'll measure this part as well, just to be on the safe side, and that's a little bit high according to the measurements. Oops. And I'll put that there. It's okay. It's all well and good. It's all well and good using something like that as a guide, but the mistake I've just made is by using it as the set measurement, where I should have measured up from the bottom of the thing upwards, but it's done. Now all we need to do is drill in, put the dowel in, well, saw the dowel off first of all, and then drill in, put the dowel in, and then leave a bit coming out, and then once the hinges are on and it's opened up, the tray there will sit on the dowels. So using my trusty Army Painter hobby saw, which I've never used for models or anything, and I'm just going to sew off there we go, let's sew that.
Ta-ta-ta!
And then we'll use this as a guide, because I'm not using a proper saw with a edge setup, like a mitre saw or something like that to do this. I'm doing it by hand. I need to have a rough idea how long each one's going to be, because I don't want them too varied in length. So once these are cut, I need to taper down the edges a little bit. So let me cut these, and then I can come back and show you what I'm doing with the oh dear, how I'm tapering the edges. Okay, so I'll see you in a second.
Pass them on. Right, go on.
Right. So I've got all 4 pieces cut, as you can see. So all I'm doing now is using a sanding block just to take off the edge. In fact, it might be better if I do it like this. That goes back in my Ujit pocket hole jig set. That goes in there. And go as close as we can to the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect, this. Just jiggle it about, and we can pop it in. Just like so.
Okay.
Right, well, what I'm doing here now is marking off the holes for the hinges. Now, I'm not a hinge expert by any stretch of the imagination, so Ali has said that I should, or it might be an idea to leave the width of the hinge thing itself clear. Now, I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but that's what I'm doing. My battery drone we can't find the flipping charger for, so I'm having to use this one, and I'm just going to drill a little pilot hole again. I don't want much of a hole here, so we're not going too crazy with it. to one side and grab my screwdriver.
Ooch. Gotta put in MacLeod.
I will
I'm kidding.
attach these screws into the part with holes. And hopefully
Good little screwdriver that.
once it's done it will be right. So that's one screw done, another 7 to go, so I'm not going to let you watch me screw in 7 screws. Come back when it's all finished and I can show you what happens when it's all done, I think. I hope. There we are. And then we can put that, we can't put that over the top because it's too bloody narrow. Ah, hell.
Try it the other way.
It's the same width.
Oh yeah.
Oh, put it the
That's
other
what I
way.
meant.
Right, so that is that plan scuppered.
Just need the screws loosening a bit, then it can go over. And then
No, it's not. I've not cut that long enough. But what I can do is just give it on like that, and it's sturdy enough. It's not going to fall. It really is sturdy enough. The only thing is you're not going to get the trays on. Damn it. What I could do is cut through these. As long as it is, I can cut through these and just put these on the front.
I would.
But as for the easel, it's done.
The Christmas lights are shining oh so bright.